You know, it's at that time of year where everybody gets together and they are all, of course, full of seasonal cheer, festive spirit, and, well, if you think about it, this looks like an episode out of Downton Abbey, you know, upstairs, downstairs. There are the staff upstairs, that is, of course, the British royal family, and downstairs, they're not called servants anymore, but assistants, helpers. But then this took place, literally, the other evening after a spectacular, well, Christmas get-together inside Buckingham Palace around about 4 p.m. And what escalated a few hours later was this. Let me explain. Hi, Neil Sean here in the very heart of London, and as ever, the British royal family are making the headlines, some might say for all the wrong reasons, but this time around, in fact, clearly nothing to do with them. Of course, it's normally at this time of year the negative headlines coming from Prince Andrew, the Duke of York, who once again is back in the headlines, some might say, for the wrong associations. But it is also at this time of year where there's a lot of festive cheer, particularly numerous Christmas parties for all the staff members that work inside historic royal palaces, like Buckingham Palace. Now, what happened the other day was the very first of many Christmas parties take place. You have to remember there's a lot of staff inside these palaces. And what happened at 4 o'clock, they all gathered in one of the central ballrooms inside Buckingham Palace, and things were going quite well. Now, round about 6:30, the party sort of went away. As it does. You normally in a royal party, let me tell you, are only around for about an hour and a half maximum. Senior members of the monarchy come in, thank the staff, and basically say a Merry Christmas, gifts are exchanged, and then you can go home. Around about 50 people, though, from the palace department decided that they were going to carry on partying at a nearby bar, literally 1 minute away from Buckingham Palace in the very heart of Victoria. And what happened was, according to a very well-placed source, an under-palace parlourmaid literally went berserk. Apparently started smashing glasses and literally throwing her weight around in the bar, getting very unruly. So what was the real story behind this particular Buckingham Palace meltdown? The bombastic, well, whatever. Well, what truly happened, according to a source, was simply this. As you can imagine, if you've watched that wonderful show, Downton Abbey, a very similar situation happened. There were goo-goo eyes, you know, romantic desire, whatever you want to call it, across the crowded floor as the disco played. And 2 royal servants got into an altercation over one other person. And this really escalated into something of a barroom Buckingham Palace brawl. Now, what's fascinating about this is, right now, the palace is doing their own internal investigation to find out exactly how it escalated. It's all there on the CCTV at the bar in Victoria for all bar one. And naturally, they decided to inform the tabloid newspaper first. Source tells me that how this will literally finish is simply either a very strong reprimand, in fact, could end up in dismissal, or more importantly, just let it slide in the spirit of festive cheer. Either way, it's yet another negative headline that the British royal family could well and truly do without. Neil Sean, the very heart of London.